Welcome to Framework Fortune and welcome back Framework Fortune community. I'm your host Ben and it's time for another episode of your Monday through Friday series, The Last Rip, where we take a look at top gainers on the Nasdaq and NYSE. And boy was it a hot day today. It was Money Monday, and if you made some good profits today, go ahead and smash that like button. But let's dive in and take a look here. First, we're going to look at the SPY. You see it sold off a little bit, then bounced off the 200 and rebounded into after hours. Looks like we're going to keep moving up on the SPY this week. It's going to be probably a hot week, as this candle right here is showing buying, trying to push for another new high. So first up, we had MRIN. They had a little PR about the ability to manage Instacart ads. I believe the other day they had a PR about something else with ads. So they're getting a lot of PR, and it's just been exploding since then. Today made a nice little U shape right there out of market open and just continued to rip, riding up that 20-day. So in the 5-minute, all you had to do is just look for an entry off of the 50 or the 20 and just let it ride. Very nice rip on that. Next we got AUUD. And I've been talking about this one since last week. I've been swinging this one since last week. And this boy just keeps going and it going and it going. All the way up to 645. Today making a new high and holding its gains in after hours, holding above 6. Looking like it's going to maybe push some more tomorrow. As you can see right here on Street Smart Edge, AUUD. I've got 50 shares at $3.35, so I am up $133 on this swing as of now. I'm going to see if it can continue tomorrow. If it doesn't continue, I'm going to lock it out. It's a good win. If it does continue, we'll see how much higher it goes. But you don't want to be chasing this. Keep in mind, I'm in at $3.35. I'm in way down here. If you're trying to get in way up here for a swing, at any time it could come back down because it is a ways off of that 20-day moving average. Next we got RSLS. This was one that ran last week. Looks like some capital hedge fund or something added a bunch, 50% stake in a filing on Friday. So it ripped on Friday, having a pullback day today. Possibly could be one that could rip tomorrow. I'm going to add it to the watch list to keep an eye on. Very low float, only 3.5 million. ISPC, this is one of those recent IPOs that has popped. I think was on my watch list. No, it's not, so I'm going to add it to the watch list. It is pretty low float, about 6.5 million in shares. And it got a nice rip today over the EMAs. Now that it's over the EMAs, we could look for the 20-day crossover right here for a big rip tomorrow or the next day. But definitely want to keep on watch. VERV, another one of those recent IPOs, had a big gap up today, pre-market, and then ripped even harder up to 48, holding most of its gains, holding around $44. That's a 46 million in float one, so that could be one to keep an eye on too. We'll put it on the watch list. GRPH, look at there, another IPO, about 54 million in shares. Throw it on the watch list. These IPOs keep running. We want to keep an eye on all the ones that are running. On to the top, NYSE. We had SNR. Yeah, they're getting purchased. One of those deals. So that's why it shot straight up and then went sideways. No action on that. BTX. This was one I had on the watch last week, but I took it off. Getting a nice climb today. And is crossing the 50 with the 20-day. So this is one to keep on watch for sure. If at 20 crosses, we push up some more tomorrow. More buying volume coming in. This could easily run up to $30. About 42 million in float there. WTT, no news for this. This was just slowly coming up, it looks like. Yeah, getting a little rebound there. 20-day crossed over all the EMAs. Not getting a lot of volume till today, where it just opened up and exploded and just rode the 20 the rest of the day up to 390. Probably nothing there at the moment. I would say it'll probably consolidate in this $3 to $250 area for a couple of weeks or so. Jinko Solar, JKS. It's one of those solar companies. I think we talked about it last week a little bit too. They got subsidiary plans to IPO in China's market. So got some good buying there from 43 up to 53, $10 move, and then going sideways the rest of the day. But possible crossover here about to happen. So this one could be one to watch for this week as well. CXM, another IPO. This one's a little bit higher float, but it did a decent little move over the last 4 days. That's a sprinkler one, but it's too high of a float for me to want to play with. TSP, this is one we're talking about, Autonomous Trucking Company last week, and it's continuing to climb, just continuing right up this 20-day. So it could be potential swing trade as it comes back down to the 20-day, possibly get an entry off of the 20-day and look forward to rebound. Taking a look at VINO, my other swing trade, making a nice little U-shape here, holding up that 100-day. I was so close to selling when it was testing this 100-day, but I've held through, and now you can see today, decent pop there, almost towards close, and it popped again here in after hours, getting a little bit of buy-in. So I'm expecting a big move out of this tomorrow. If it can break 7, we could easily see it up to $8, $9, or $10. I'm a little higher up on this one. I'm in at $6.50 on 120 shares. Currently down $11. At one point I was down about $140 on this play. But when you have your plan, you stick to it, and most of the time it will pay off. We're very close to a 20-day crossover on the 100. So IKNX was the only stock that I day traded today, and I traded this twice here on Thinkorswim. I got a great entry at $20.45 after I saw it was holding up $20 support, holding above all EMAs. It ran all the way up to 27 on this candle, and then I locked it out at about 25 when this candle started pushing down, showing that selling pressure. This was a $53 win on only 10 shares, but then I got greedy and tried to get back in. I got in on Weeble, and about this 25 area, it continued to sell off, and after this candle started dropping below this indecision candle, I had to jump out. Pretty big loss. It's about a $130 loss, I think. So the lesson there is, don't be dumb, don't be greedy. You lock in profits on something that made a nice run, take them and wait for that stock to show some strength again. I did not wait. I got impatient, trying to get in here, looking for it to hold this 25 support. As soon as it cracked below this candle's bottom, I should have got out at $24.50. It would have been a very, very tiny loss if I'd have kept my stop loss tight. But I was greedy, and I kept holding, looking for it to turn around. And then when it didn't turn around right there, had to get out, because at that point, any lower, I would just be getting destroyed. And that's exactly what would have happened. Lock in your profits when you got them. Keep your stop losses tight. Don't get greedy. So that's it for today's episode of The Last Drip. Let me know what trades you took today and what kind of profits you made. Show off, brag a little bit. Or if you have any questions, you can leave those in the comments below too. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.